Whether you're new to the Sound Shore or have called it home for years, Sound Shore Family Guide is here for you. We bring you insider tips on schools, sports, local happenings, and parenting in our amazing community. Let's navigate family life in Larchmont and Mamaroneck together.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Sound Shore Family Guide at the LMC Media Studio Center on the Ave. I'm your host, Elka, and today we have a local parent, Rupal Gupta. And Rupal, thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so grateful.
Good, thank you. So we would love to know about you. And let me ask you first, where did you move from when you moved to Larchmont?
Sure. We moved here from Houston, and we've been living in Larchmont for 10 years. This summer, it'll be 10 years.
Only 10 years? I feel like it's been longer than that.
It's good times should last forever, always.
You're right about that. And are you a working mom?
No, I am fortunate enough to stay at home. Mm-hmm. My husband is a corporate attorney. He works in the city, and he actually travels a lot for his job. So that was a choice we made a long time ago that I wanted to stay home with the kids.
Well, and you have 4 beautiful boys, so that's a lot of work.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And let me ask you, so let's start with the kids. And what kind of activities? Well, did they go to nursery school here?
They did not go to nursery school, but the youngest actually went to the pre-K program over at Central School.
Okay. And then, and since then, what kind of activities would you say kind of carried them through where they are today?
Oh my gosh. Well, when we moved here, before we even got our first mortgage statement, I went to the Larchmont Public Library and I got us library cards. I literally took the closing documents because you have to have proof of address, and I took the closing documents to the library as proof of address, and we got our library cards. And I would say that that library helped build my family.
Oh, that is so nice.
They're amazing there. The librarians are amazing. The programs, there are programs for all different ages. There's for babies, there's story time. For toddlers, there's story time and activities. Middle schoolers have all sorts of different activities. Even teens, they have crafting, or during exams, they will do a hot cocoa afternoon, just as something to pull the kids in and give them a space to relax, which I think is really wonderful.
So important. And such a nice, safe place to go to where it doesn't have to be, I don't know, we spending money or wherever.
Exactly.
It's like just something local.
Yes, for sure.
And so the library is a big part of your life.
Library is a big part, yes.
And I think you mentioned to me also that your kids come home after going to the library.
Yes. I was saying that the library is the best resource in Larchmont. Whenever we go to the library, when we get back home, the kids empty the backpacks of the books that they checked out, and they grab their stack, and they all disappear to different corners of the house, and they just read. And for 2 hours, it's silent in my house, and that doesn't usually happen when you have 4 boys. So I'm very grateful for that happening.
And wholesome and wonderful. Go back to reading, which is so essential.
Yes.
We're missing these days. And what other activities can you say that they've done?
So we are very school focused. I actually have a child in all 3 levels of the public school system in Mamaroneck. And oh my gosh, all of them are super into music. The music programs in Larchmont and Mamaroneck are amazing. The teachers are amazing. I'm so grateful that my children have been exposed to this. The older kids do jazz band and, yeah.
And they did that, do they take orchestra or band in school?
They do. So yes, they do band in school. They start in 4th grade. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, 5th. Yeah, 4th grade. And they then they take private lessons as well. From actually, when they're young, I have them take these lessons from local high school kids, and that is just great because my younger kids, they build a bond and a rapport with someone who's older and who's interested sort of in the same instrument and the same thing that they are. Mm-hmm. And so it just widens our sense of community. Oh,
absolutely. And your kids are also doing the same now, your older ones.
Yes.
They're also teaching.
Yes, exactly. They are teaching. My eldest, he teaches Sahil. He gives trombone lessons. Mm-hmm. Trumpet lessons. And the second one who's in town, Jeevan, he takes trombone lessons from a local celebrity who has graduated, Will Tucker. And it's so great that these kids have these relationships and they're able to it's beneficial for both sets of kids because the older high schooler, they're making some money and they're teaching another generation something that they love.
And what were you saying about one of your boys learning in the high school, is it?
Yes. Oh, yes. So my middle schooler currently, he was lucky enough. The music department is amazing. And Jeevan, my middle schooler, was lucky enough to be invited to play with the high school jazz band. And this invitation and this experience has been transformative for him. He has enjoyed it so much. He has grown as a musician and as a young person. And we are so grateful that the music department sees talent and they see dedication and hard work, and it is appreciated and fostered.
That is really very special. And any other activities that your boys?
Well, they also do cross country. Both the middle school and high school teams practice. I don't know if you guys know this, but they practice at Harbor Island. And every time they come home, I tell them, when you are an old man and it hurts to move, you will remember running by the ocean when you were young. And they always roll their eyes at me, but I really think they'll remember it.
Yeah, they will. And at this time of year, we have the cherry blossoms.
Exactly.
So it's gorgeous at Harbor Island.
So beautiful.
Beautiful. And they also take debate?
Yes. So the debate team at MHS is a relatively new club. And once again, it has been my eldest, who is 19, who has moved on to college, and my second son, Sahil, who is 16, were both heavily involved in the MHS debate team. Nationals for debate are actually starting tomorrow. And Mamaroneck has 4 teams going to the national tournament. It's called the Tournament of Champions. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. And these kids are super excited. And I have seen them practicing, and I've heard my kid practicing in the basement. And I'm so excited for them. They've worked very hard. The team has worked very hard. Actually, the team was started, I don't know how many years ago, by a local parent, Ken Karras. And he is a judge, and one of his sons said that they wanted to do debate, and Mamaroneck did not have a debate team. And Ken did debate when he was a young man in high school, and he volunteered his time and started this amazing club that is still going today, and it's very strong, and the kids have just learned so much.
And so we have a local judge who still dedicates time to supporting these children.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing how and his children have graduated. They've moved on, but he still contributes to the team and is just an amazing role model for them.
That's really neat. So much good stuff you're sharing with us. Thank you. And I think we are going to wrap it up. Thanks for joining us, Rupal. But stick around, because we are going to come back for tips for other local parents. Now listen to the expert and hear about the local activities. Kim, thank you so much for being here today at the LMC Media Studio on the Ave for the Sound Shore Family Guide. Kim's with us from the Larchmont Library. Sorry.
Yes.
And so please tell us what it's like in the Library of Larchmont.
Yeah, it's a very vibrant place. There's a lot of people of different ages and stages and whatnot. And so I'll speak specifically to the children's programming there.
Sure.
I am the teen librarian, so I cover students in grades 6 to 12, but we have an amazing children's room. It's always busy, and there's a lot to do in the room.
Like what?
There's a train table and magnetiles and large beanbags for like sitting alone or with a caregiver and reading, puzzles, things like that. And we also have a lot of programming. We have drop-in programming, and we have more like structured programming, lots of early literacy, rhyming songs, that kind of thing for preschool and toddlers. And then, crafts and science and things like that for older elementary. But we have like drop-in Legos, drop-in crafts. We found that it's nice to give families less of a schedule because they're so busy. So we'll sometimes have just an afternoon of various things, which is really nice. And there's a lot of, there's certainly literacy, but there's also just socialization. And so like working and playing with others and that kind of thing is going on in the children's room. So it's a great place. Obviously, tons of great resources in terms of books. And we have, an ebook collection too, and a lot of materials for families to use. And then we have a separate teen area. It's not a room, it's an area, so it's not closed off. Adults use it all day, and then we have to kind of give them the boot after school. But it's a great place for teens to just kind of like be together and not at home or at school. We have games. They come and collaboratively study or study, by themselves. And we also have a lot of programming, fun stuff like gaming, we have video gaming, board gaming, Dungeons and Dragons. We have this great thing that's been happening approximately monthly, which is an interactive historical game. And it's on 3 large, if you can picture, like 6 cafeteria tables together.
Wow.
And he has like the maps and the castles and he basically, it's an interactive game. The kids learn so much history, but they're just having a great time.
It sounds so fun. Is that somebody from the outside that comes in and sets up?
It's a nonprofit that's based, I think, in Connecticut, but we've just come to find out about him in the last few months, so we're really excited about that. And then we have informational types of programming, first resume, job search, what else?
Are these for like the teens that come through?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Babysitting, financial literacy is one we've added because we have heard from parents and kids are not really
Financially
always
savvy.
getting what they need.
Well, what do you mean? We have Apple Pay. It's like magic.
Exactly. They don't feel the pain.
We don't feel
you
the
remember handing over your babysitting money to buy that pair of shoes?
Totally.
You have to feel the pain. Anyway,
Yeah, no, you do.
So, and then we just have a lot of support services, I'll say, in terms of, again, like providing study space and during AP and finals prep, we have like a free coffee bar, just sort of like fidgets and things to just kind of like support those kids.
I have to say, I didn't even know that there was this like kind of hangout area room that you can go to as a high schooler. And I think that's so incredibly important and special. Like, where do you go if you don't want to go to somebody's house per se, and you don't necessarily want to stay in school, and you don't want to go to like Starbucks or a coffee shop?
Right.
Then it's nice to have the library as a place where you can go and be together and
Yes,
just kind of
absolutely.
yeah.
There's something called the third space. Like
Yeah.
I'm big
Is
on
that
that.
it?
It's not home. It's not school. It's
any
a
third
third
space.
place. It could be a Boys and Girls Club, a YMCA. It could be Starbucks.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think the library is the best third place because you're also surrounded by positive role models. There's a lot of also adults at the library working or older adults. We always have a collaborative jigsaw puzzle going. So it's really a community hub, honestly. And I would want my teenagers hanging out there.
Yeah, right. It's a good positive experience for sure.
Exactly.
A quick little note, a good little story is actually 20 years ago when my husband and I were living in Manhattan and we were looking to purchase a house in Larchmont. We were getting outbid highest and best. At one point we were like, you know what, we're just not going to stop looking. We're just going to stay where we are. And at one point he was working out here and my brother and sister-in-law live up here, and he was driving by their house and he saw there was a house for sale. So he was like, you know what, I'm just going to put in a bid for asking and see. And he doubted that they would accept our offer. Well, they accepted our offer. But it happened to be George Burchell and his wife that lived in this house, and it was an estate sale. They had no family to give it to, and the proceeds from the purchase of our house went to build the Burchell Children's Library.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's so cool.
I know. So it just it feels good. It's paying it forward. And
absolutely.
we just love that.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's a really good story. I just wanted to share with all you out there. It's a good story.
Yes, for sure.
No, but thank you for all that you do. I mean, there's so much programming and you really have to keep up because there's a lot of things optional or not. I mean, you can just, like you said, go and drop in.
Yeah.
So if they want to check out the website, website or something? Like, where would they go?
Sure.
Where
It's
do you update?
larchmontlibrary.org. And obviously there's different areas of that. You'll also see on the website, we do have a ton of electronic resources, and that really was amped up in COVID. We added a lot to our ebook collection. We have audiobooks. There's also downloadable movies and music. Again, all free. And we have a really robust museum pass program.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
museums, especially if you're taking a family, can be pricey.
It can be.
But even MoMA, like there's city museums. There's also Stepping Stones up in Norwalk.
That's right.
And there's a lot of great options. And again, all free to the public. It's, we need some notice and you can make a reservation, but it's really great.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, Cam.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Appreciate you being here.
Hope to see people at the library.
I'm sure you will. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks. Terry, thank you so much for being here at the LMC Media Studio on the Ave for the Sound Shore Family Guide. Terry is here from the Mamaroneck Library, and which you've been head of the children's and teen section for over 10 years.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
course.
I'm really happy. I'm excited to share with you what we do on the second level of the library. We serve babies through sixth grade. Obviously, we have print resources there, lots of books for them to look at. In the last few years, the library's become more of a community center, and play is very important to young children. It's how they learn. They learn new vocabulary. They make friends. Parents make friends up there. It's an easygoing place. The children come off the elevator or off the steps and know that this is their place to be. The furniture is their size. The parents are happy. I love to see when families come together and play with their children. We have a pretend kitchen where they can scramble up some eggs for you. We have a duplo table, a rather large one. Kids are building. And we have a train table in another room with some small puzzles and games. So there's lots to do there. We also have a little treehouse, dollhouse area as well. So it's vibrant. We have coloring pages for them and really lots to do. When they're not in the room, we have our regular story times. Mondays we have baby time, and Wednesdays we have toddler time. But we've started something new. We put a lot more little more manipulative toys out on a Thursday afternoon, and we're calling it a play date. So you can come in and play with your child. You drop in 3 to 5. So that's been pretty exciting and pretty new. Last year, we started a teenager group for the 3rd through 5th graders, and we do a lot of craft programs for them. After-school programs for K through 5th include bingo or a craft or an advisory group. We love to hear what the kids want from their library. So that's something else we've been doing of late. And we also have a teen room, which is unique. A lot of libraries don't have a separate teen room. It's open from 2:30 to 6 every day. And our teens have an opportunity to volunteer. If they have to do community service hours, they certainly can do it at the library. And in the month of May, we take interns from 2 different school districts. So we're pretty busy, and we have lots of services for families and children.
You sure are. That is wonderful. And I mean, how important is a library to the community? I mean, it's essential.
Yeah.
And it is something that, you have certain books at home, but imagine going into a whole world of fabulous books that you can just explore on your own. And I mean, kids kind of do that, don't they? They
do.
just feel so comfortable in that
Right.
surrounding, and it's safe. And
It's very safe on our floor. We also started a Be a Kid librarian, so the 3 children or students, elementary school students, have pulled from the shelves the books that are their favorites, and they're on display for everybody else to see. And actually, they've been going out, so it's good. Kids can advise other kids what some good books are to read. We have a lot. We have about 30,000 titles, I think, in our collection. So it's a fairly big collection, and it circulates very well. Get yourself a library card. You can use that at any of the 37 libraries. If you borrow books from us, you can return them at another library, and they'll be brought back to us. So we're part of the Westchester Library System, and so it works that way, and it's very convenient. Yeah. So.
And the library cards are always really fun for the kids to take out too, and they can
yeah.
scan them on their own and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah. We have self checkout machines in the circulation area.
For programming and things, I mean, you have an updated website where people can look it up and make sure that they're very in the know what's going on?
Yeah. You can go on the Mamaroneck Library website to events and see all the events that are coming up. You can also sign up for the newsletter and get what we call an e-blast. So an email will come out every couple of weeks showing what's going to be up and coming for programming. And we also take suggestions. If there's a program or something you'd like us to do, we could happily consider it.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. Thank you so much, Terry, for being here. I
welcome, and
appreciate it.
Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I hope you found that helpful. Now, Rupal is back with some other insider information and only that people who live here will know about. So, Rupal, we're back.
Yes.
And I would just like to ask you, for anybody who is coming from Brooklyn, Manhattan, or people who just don't live in town and they just moved here to Larchmont, what's something that you can share to them that a local person knows about?
So there is a new business in town that I am completely enamored with. I don't have any connection to them, but the business is called Locals 10538, and it's a restaurant/music venue. And what I love about them is they invite. Sometimes they invite local bands to play, and they invite student bands. And I have been lucky enough to see some of the student bands play. And what I love about this is that these kids are playing up there, and so many of their friends come to see them, and it's good, clean fun. These kids are having a great time, and it's very wholesome and very small town America, and it's a big part of the reason that we come to a place like Larchmont, where community supports community, and I'm so grateful for that.
Well, it gives them a stage, it gives them a platform. It's just kind of like a little taste of hopefully what's to come if they want to continue with the music and the bands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Locals, it is a fantastic premise where they do invite bands, and a lot of local people go and hang out there for the night. So don't just go and watch your friends. Go out there and celebrate and have a cocktail or two.
That's right.
Well, thanks for being here, Rupal. It was so nice to get to know you and see you, and thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Elka. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. And to all of you listening, I hope you found today's episode helpful. Don't forget to like or subscribe, and join us next time for more local tips from the Sound Shore Family Guide.
Visit lmcmedia.org/family guide to get more information and find other episodes. LMC Media is a nonprofit media center. Follow us on socials at LMC Media Center and subscribe to our YouTube channel at LMC Media Productions to see more content.